your intuition will give you things like go outside and spin on your back in the grass 10 times like a turtle on its back or whatever. And you'll be like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But you do it and you have this amazing realization.
Why is intuition so powerful?
Oh my God. Intuition is so powerful because it is the solution to getting off the rat race circular treadmill that everyone experiences, where you're living the same day, week, month, year over and over and over and over again. And you are doing all this stuff all day, every day, and nothing is changing. Like these people, we've both experienced this. You will date different people, you will move to different states, different countries even, and somehow your life ends up just being the same. You meet the same people, have your same experiences, it's all just wrapped in a different package. So following your intuition is the key out of those cycles. It will show you what to do differently so that those different steps create a different experience. It's the way out of the cycle. It will change your entire life.
What would you say to somebody who's like, is intuition powerful enough to like create miracles in your life?
100%. Yeah. Like the way I see it is so many of those miracles that people think about are because they were following their intuition, even if they didn't realize it.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
times when somebody has something crazy happen where they're like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. I just had a feeling that I needed to like stop extra long at the stoplight or something. And then the other car came through and I would have been killed or whatever. But because something in you knew not to go, you saved yourself. That's intuition. That's that gut feeling.
So if someone wants to tap into their intuition and use that power to create something in their life, will they learn how to do that in this book?
In this book? Yeah. This book is about my own personal experiences, mine and my co-author Andre's personal experiences following our intuition to have all these experiences where we're not running the treadmill anymore. Like the broke bitch moment that we mentioned in another video, where I got to a point where I was so done running in circles with money specifically that I was just like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done trying to make money. I'm over it completely. And that just changed everything. I had spent literally years trying to figure out how to stop being broke. And when I did what's in this book, when I followed my intuition, when I felt my feelings, it changed so much faster than I thought was possible.
What was like the most powerful experience your intuition has given you?
I would say that one. There's a lot of people who have spiritual awakenings with psychedelics, like you, for example.
Yeah.
But my awakening to the fact that this is not real, this is a simulation, this is something that has its own intelligence, came through money. So when my intuition was guiding me, and I didn't realize it was guiding me, through the experience of struggling with money, and then that one day came where I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm done trying to make money. What else do I want to do? The thing that came up for me was to do a jigsaw puzzle. Like my intuitive instruction, which again, I didn't realize it was intuition at the time, but I was still able to follow it, was to do a jigsaw puzzle. And that opened the door for me to learn everything that I know now, that I now share, that we both share on the internet, because it affected my life so deeply. I credit it to following my intuition for the first time in my life intentionally.
Was there another time where you followed it that you didn't know, like you talked about, where something powerful happened and you were like, oh, I didn't realize I was following my intuition?
Yeah. When I moved out here to Arizona and broke up with my ex, I was just following with what was being presented to me. And I actually, years ago, before I moved here, I had this like vision of palm trees. Just like, I don't know, random palm trees walking down the street. And I realized that it was the palm trees that are down Shea Boulevard, which is right down the street from where we live. So long before I moved out here, I had this vision of where I was going to end up. I just didn't know exactly where it was. So that was part of it. Didn't know this would all happen. Didn't know that moving here would lead to the life I live now. And breaking up with him was a scary thing to do because I had no family out here and no money and nowhere to go, no backup plan, just me and the desire to leave. And I followed it and it worked out so perfectly. I ended up getting a check for $3,500 from this random stranger that I'd only met days before, which was enough for me to get my own apartment. Put the deposit down and the first month's rent, and he gave me all these gift cards. I was just getting everything I needed to be supported after I left my ex. Yeah.
And you just
Intuition.
couldn't explain it.
Could not explain it. It was just like I was just doing what I felt like I needed to do. 100%. If I had followed what I thought I should do or what would like make sense, I would have stayed in the relationship. It's been 4 years. Like, we've invested so much together, and it's not that bad. And, you know, like he's making an effort. Like he moved out here. He's getting new jobs and making more money.
Yeah.
No.
Justification.
Exactly.
Would you say that does intuition always not make sense, or is there ever a time where it does make sense?
That's a good question. I would say that there are times that the action step that you take makes sense, but there will always be feelings. Whether it's this like trepidation or fear or this sense of like, ooh, I don't know, like, is this the time? Is this the right thing to do? All the questions will come up. Like moving, for example, it's not illogical to move. It makes sense. Like, people do it all the time.
Okay, yeah.
The question is this the time? Is this the right place? Is this the right move? Yes.
So there will always be like some contradicting thoughts.
Yeah.
That come along with it. You had said feelings, but it also sounds like you're describing it as like some contradictory thoughts that are like, I'm questioning this, da da da. It's never just like, well, this is the most logical choice, and it seems like it makes perfect sense.
Yes, there will be contradicting feelings, or thoughts rather, and there will be feelings. There will definitely be feelings. Even if the action step that you're being presented makes sense, like moving, like, to give some context to the question, your intuition will give you things like, go outside and spin on your back in the grass 10 times, like a turtle on its back or whatever. And you'll be like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But you do it and you have this amazing realization. Or in the case of like the cheese story, go to the grocery store, get some cheese, was something my intuition told me to do. And that blew my mind. You can read about it in my books. But there are other times your intuition will give you an instruction, like we've been talking about, to move or to break up with someone. And it's a logical step, but it's rife with feelings. Yeah.
So when you go through with the thing that you feel something about, when you follow your intuition, do the feelings go away? Or what happens to the feelings after you do the thing? They don't go away. I've never experienced my feelings going away. I'd be like dead. What I have found though is that you start to get more used to it, the feelings that you have. And because you get more used to the feelings and you're kind of expanding emotionally and just not freaking out so much when you have more feelings, then you know you can be guided in those cases where you have more feelings than you're used to. You're always going to be leveling up in terms of what you're allowing yourself to feel. So when your intuition's guiding you, you will inevitably get more feelings than you're used to. And that's how it works. So it's more like this constant expansion of the feelings that you're allowing yourself to feel.
Exactly.
It doesn't go away, or it doesn't feel like you get this feeling like, oh, well, that was over.
It's gone now. Yeah, no, it's just more.
Would you say if you get the feeling, or have you had this experience where you get a feeling of like the feeling starting to go down, that you're not following your intuition anymore?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've gone for walks. I've had experiences where I would go for walks and not pay attention to my intuition and just walk where I thought I should. And I would just get so drained, just like hit this wall where I'm like trudging. Like, 10 minutes ago, I was like, and suddenly I'm like, like I literally just want to lay down on the concrete right now. And I credit that, or I attribute that to not paying attention to myself and my intuition. So
when you're paying attention to your intuition, you're always expanding
feelings. Yes. You always have the feelings that you need to have to do whatever you're being shown to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
If someone were to start following their intuition today, would this book have everything that they need to know?
100%. Yeah. This is the introduction to your intuition. This is the place to start. And it is available in paperback now and ebook and audiobook, finally. So the link is in the description. Yeah. Go get your copy. Thanks for watching. Get your copy of Quantum Wealth through the link in the description and subscribe for more about your intuition. We are the intuition people, and No Apologies is the intuition lifestyle.
Yeah, and comment if you have any questions about intuition that you would like us to answer in future videos, because we can do that too.